All right, guys. Using one of our other cameras to record since I don't ever have space on my cell phone. I want to talk through how to get this slider set up. And as a reminder, as of right now, we have to come in and make sure that all these cameras are shut off and that the slider's shut off, because if not, this thing is going to run 24/7, and we won't. This is not like the most expensive piece of equipment, and I don't see it lasting extremely long time if we run it 24/7. So, the slider is a GVM, and basically, we just set like the parameters on it, and then we can set it to auto loop, and we can choose the speed. So that's what this slider does. Now, this camera that is on it is the little baby camera. This is the ZVE10 Mark II, and to turn on the camera, the on and off switch is right there. When you see this kind of thing, you can hit cancel by hitting a little button. So there we go. Right now it's showing 100% charge, ISO 800, f2.8, 1/50, 3600 Kelvin, white balance. For camera, that is pretty much all we need to do for this position. Right now we're running it in 10 millimeter on the lens, and we have it in autofocus. Okay. Now, to get the slider operating, there is a controller. Let me see if I can do this nicely. Oh, Lord. Okay. So, this is the controller for the slider. It allows us to have a battery operation mode on this. I don't want to do that. We're running 12 volt right here, so it's constantly powered on, so it doesn't die. And then this USB cord that plugs in goes all the way over here, and it plugs in right there. And that's how it gets the signal to control it. Without this controller, this does nothing. The slider does nothing. So, to turn it on, there is a power switch on the back. All right. So the first thing you do is turn it on in the morning times, and then go down to settings. And we have to set the start and end point. So we need to set where it is on the track. So say start point, you don't want it to touch all the way at the end, or it'll do like a kind of sound. So start point, where it is now, we can pretty much set start. So to control this, you click and stuff, but to get back, you hold the center button long, and it goes backwards. So I'm gonna hit this until it barely gets close to that. So as you can see, oops, I'm screwing up here, people. Hold on. So set start. So right now I got it moving. I'm gonna move it the other direction, and when it gets close to the end, I'm gonna stop it. So perfect. There's only just a little bit of space left. All right, and then I'm going to click it one time and then hold to back out, and then I go down to set endpoint, and then I click one of the arrow buttons, and it's going to go all the way to the end. When it gets close to the end, I'm going to stop it by hitting the center button, Cool. Okay, I'm gonna hit the center button again, and then I'm gonna hold the center button, and I'm gonna hold it again. All right, so now that we have the start and end point set, I'm going to go to video shoot or video shot, auto mode, auto loop, and I have the speed set to 95. And then at this point it's considered pause, so we can either hit either arrow to get it firing, and now it's just going to go back and forth over and over and over and over and over. And as you can see, the camera is turning towards the drums. And to set that, you use these devices on both sides of the slider. And when it gets here, it turns it. And when it gets towards the middle, it makes it straight. So you can modify how much it turns if you want it to be a straight line by those red knobs on both sides. All right, so let's talk through signal flow for this camera. So if something happens and you lose connection or something like that, on the side of the camera, we have a USB-C cable that's powering the device, and there's a battery inside, so it's trickle charging the battery while we're doing it like the other cameras. And then there's a micro HDMI video output, and it goes to micro HDMI to female HDMI, and then there's a HDMI cable that comes down, and they're tied together in this fun stuff, but it goes to this scaler. Basically, that camera can't do 1080p 2397. I don't want to confuse you too much, but that is the video format that we are sending to our video switcher. It's a cinematic look on how the frame rate operates. So the camera will only do 1080p 24. And even though it's just a couple decimal points away, it won't show up on our video switcher. So the HDMI comes into here, and then it goes out to SDI all the way back to the booth. If we ever need to change the resolution, there's a dip switch, and it shows you all the different resolutions that we can utilize with this device. So if we are, here's a troubleshooting thing. If you lose this camera on the video switcher, see if you're getting the feed here. If this is blacked out and not showing anything as well, then it's between this device and your camera. Could be a bad cable between the camera. It could be the camera's off. If you do get video here and you're seeing it on this little screen, then it's somewhere between this SDI cable and the video switcher. So that's a quick, easy way to do it. Now this is being controlled powered as well, hard cable. And then we are using these lights to kind of help. I am running them in a little bit warm mode for now, to kind of let them match up to what we're doing. But yep, that is the slider camera setup. And you want it to be kind of covered up by the cymbal a little bit. That gives it just it shows that it's moving. It's hard sometimes when you're going a slow motion, it doesn't look like it's moving. But when you have stuff in the forefront, like when it goes in front of this hi-hat stand, you'll see it kind of drop the focus and stuff. But yeah, that is this camera setup. If you have any questions, let me know.